Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. Today I want to go through and give you guys some updates inside of Ethereum and Bitcoin. There's a lot of big updates that have been happening. Bitcoin is continuing to break out, and this is kind of stuffing a lot of the altcoins. Are the altcoins about to rally soon? When are we going to experience a Bitcoin sell-off? I'm going to dive into the charts today and give you guys some analysis around every direction that I think the market's going to be taking over the next couple weeks so that we can stay informed over the next month so we can be profitable together. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure that you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And always remember, guys, I have the fastest growing and the best Discord community out there for crypto, and I would love it if you guys would join. It's free for anybody that wants to. All you guys got to do to join is click inside the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord server. Now, on the Discord server, I also offer my exclusive content like my VIP course and signals. So if you guys want to get access to my long-term portfolio and all the trades that I take, or you want to get access to my private VIP videos that I've made, make sure you guys stay all the way to the end of this video, because then I'm going to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can get signed up, the pros of doing so, and what it's going to take to get you guys going today. One final thought is to make sure to download my free ebook. I made an amazing study guide to help you guys, new guys getting into the market, trade, invest, and know exactly how to go about trading inside of these markets. I've got this really cool study guide, 38 pages long, full of exciting information that's going to teach you guys the ins and outs of trading and investing. And I've also got a 10-part quiz in there so you guys can go through, read all the contents of the ebook, and go quiz yourself at the end so you retain all of the information learned. Once again, guys, links are provided for you in the description to download that. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. So first things first, I want to take a look at Bitcoin. As you guys can tell from my last video, we have still got a nice buyback as follows. This is kind of what I was expecting. I said that we didn't really have a resistance until upwards of about 16K, and it seems to be that we're following that pretty closely. Now, if we drop to the shorter time frames, we can see that we have managed a little bit of a sell-off just recently. However, I really wouldn't be surprised if this dip gets bought up pretty quickly and we keep going upwards of that target at 16K. Now, it is possible that we could be topping roughly where we're at. And to be quite honest, I do expect Bitcoin to pull back pretty soon. Although I don't know if this is really the point where we're going to pull back. I still think that with what we're seeing right now, you know, this dip itself could get bought up relatively quickly, and we could still have one more leg up before we finish out this move. But overall, guys, you know, I do expect that once we do find a short-term top, whether it's here or whether we go up to 16K, I would expect a little bit of a deeper correction that's going to take us back down to about 13. That's going to take us back down to about 13K. Or the support cluster that we just left. That's really the thing that I'm going to be watching out for with Bitcoin. You know, I think there's a lot of really important things that are to be had, specifically with us breaking out of the resistance at 14K. You know, ultimately, I do expect that we're going to fall back down and retest this level. And I think that we could retest anywhere from about 13.8 all the way down to 13,000. And so this is really the way that I'm going to be looking to trade Bitcoin. I'm going to kind of sit flat. I'm not really buying any Bitcoin or anything until we manage to get a sell-off. And from that sell-off, I'm going to be looking to potentially average into some longs. You know, my long-term bags have already been accumulated, looking to mainly hold this one long-term. So now let's actually dive into some Ethereum analysis here, and let's talk about some updates with what's playing out here. Because honestly, guys, Ethereum itself just looks exactly the same as Bitcoin, minus the pump. And now actually, if we take a chart of Bitcoin and we label it over here, you guys are going to start to understand kind of what I mean here. Now, it's no secret that the Bitcoin chart and the Ethereum chart look pretty much identical. The only real difference here is the fact that the Bitcoin chart just merely outperforms. But what I wanted to share with you guys today is just the fact that where Ethereum is at today, we're just right behind Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin's already started breaking out right here. You know, we can see the Bitcoin kind of rounded out, and then it started breaking up as we headed upwards of 15K. And we can see Ethereum is just still at the early point, minus the breakout. You know, Ethereum's still waiting for that initial move, but I would expect Ethereum to kind of follow suit, something along the lines of this. You know, it's very obvious that it's just following Bitcoin. So if it continues to follow Bitcoin like it has, then we should expect to see one more final pump coming inside of Ethereum, because it's basically the same chart. And I think that that's the most important thing that we should be watching out for. Just the fact that this looks like it's going to continue to go up because it's just following whatever Bitcoin does. Now, the best thing for Ethereum would actually be that whenever Bitcoin finds the short-term top, whether it's where we're at now or whether we rally up to 16K, during this initial top, I do think that that's going to be the point where we will see some value actually flood into Ethereum. Because you guys got to understand that right now, Bitcoin's suppressing Ethereum, Bitcoin's outperforming the rest of the altcoin market. And because of this, we really need to wait for a short-term correction inside of Bitcoin before Ethereum's going to start rallying. But ultimately, I do expect Ethereum to kind of catch up, and that's going to ultimately take Ethereum upwards of $800. We're just riding and grinding up this trend line that we've had since COVID, and I do believe that we're going to get one more leg up before ultimately, maybe we see Bitcoin top out, maybe we don't. We're just going to have to watch and see. But it's very obvious to tell that Bitcoin and Ethereum are correlated, and Ethereum is just right behind Bitcoin. I already shared with you guys the chart of Bitcoin. We can tell that, Bitcoin's just a little bit ahead. And I would expect that once Bitcoin starts to sell off from its move, upwards of 16K, that's where we're going to start to see some of that momentum flood into the altcoins. And the reason for that is this chart here. And this is the Bitcoin dominance. We can see the Bitcoin dominance is really rallying up, but we're once again sitting right at this major resistance level. I do expect that this resistance level is going to hold, and then ultimately Bitcoin dominance is going to sell off. And so, maybe this is the short-term top where we're at right now. Maybe we get one more leg up before we top. But either way, with the Bitcoin dominance sitting right at a major resistance level, I'm not super bullish on this one moving forward. Because here's the thing, guys. If we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, we can see that the Ethereum Bitcoin pair is actually selling back onto support here. And I think that that's the most important thing to understand, is just the fact that with Ethereum falling back onto support, this has been a pretty strong support level. It was support here, it was support here, it was support here, it was resistance here and here and here. And this is us flipping it, and it's now becoming support. And so I expect that this level is actually going to hold inside of Ethereum. And this is a really good buy the dip scenario. And it makes sense that Ethereum is falling onto support right now because the Bitcoin dominance is actually right at resistance. And so this is actually a really good sign. With the Bitcoin dominance right at a major resistance, and with the Ethereum pair actually falling onto support, I think that this perfectly shows that the Bitcoin dominance is most likely going to fall. And the reason for that is because the Ethereum Bitcoin pair is getting a support and resistance flip here. The Ethereum pair is literally breaking out of a multi-year downtrend, and we can see that right here. This has been a very big resistance level. Ethereum is already broken out of that, and this is the first time in which we've actually made a higher high. And so now that we can see the Ethereum Bitcoin pair flipping this major resistance, and it's going to act as support, I expect that Ethereum Bitcoin is actually going to start climbing. We're going to start to see this thing rally up much higher. And so, this makes sense that we're sitting right at a major resistance with the Bitcoin dominance, and the Ethereum Bitcoin pair itself is falling onto a major support level, because in my opinion, that perfectly explains that this is about to reverse, and we are going to see the rejection before we ultimately fall for a much bigger drop here inside of the Bitcoin dominance. And so this is going to be the time where we see altcoins rally. This is going to be the time where Ethereum actually starts to outperform Bitcoin. And so this is a really important update that I wanted to give you guys, because ultimately this is the point of the time where the altcoins are about to start really taking from Bitcoin dominance. And so if you guys made a bunch of Bitcoin profit, now is going to be the point where I'm going to be looking to actually throw some of my Bitcoin into the altcoins and look to ride out the next altcoin wave. Now, this is just important to understand here, guys, because, this is a major support and resistance flip. Ultimately, this chart itself looks exactly like a chart that I've been sharing with you guys, which is why I saved it for last. Let's go dive in and take a look at this Ethereum Bitcoin pair, because this is perfectly going to explain to you guys where the long-term trend is and where we're about to be heading over the next couple months. Alrighty, guys, so here we are taking a look at the ETH-BTC pair, and we're also comparing it to the Wall Street cheat sheet, or the emotional psychology of a market cycle. Because in my opinion, these two charts are just too obvious for me to ignore, and it's very obvious to me that Ethereum is experiencing a reversal against Bitcoin. And I think that this is a really important thing that we need to update ourselves on, because what is going to be coming from this is going to be ultimately lead to all-time highs. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys today is just how correlated these two charts are. Now, in my opinion, you can pretty much see every single emotion inside of the Wall Street cheat sheet on the ETH-BTC pair. Now, in my opinion, this is disbelief, or right here, this is where we rally up, go into hope, optimism, thrill, euphoria. This is the top of the cycle. This comes over here. And to be quite honest, guys, we do see a little bit of a difference. Now, in my opinion, where we see the downtrending emotions, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, that all comes right here. And so with the ETH-BTC pair, we had this massive rally, and then we sold off, crashed about 90%, and then we rallied back up again. And so right here, in my opinion, is more kind of like, so in my opinion, where we see complacency is about right here. So this is complacency. That comes about right here. We start the sell-off, and this is where we get anxiety. Anxiety, denial, panic, and then we see capitulation. So we can notice that we see these 3 points right here. So we can notice that we see this point here. We get a bounce, we reject, we get another bounce, we reject, and then we fall off for one more low. Same thing happens here. Capitulation, anger, we get rejected, and then we fall to one more low. And this is where we get depression, right? Depression comes at the very terminal end of the cycle. And this is exactly the point that we're at right now inside of Ethereum. We have literally just completed these 2 moves here, capitulation and anger. We got rejected, and then we fell to depression. And then that was this move right here. And so where we're at today is literally this disbelief phase, where it rallies up, we flip the resistance level, and then we keep going higher in this cycle. And that's ultimately where I think that we're at today. We are at the very disbelief phase, or roughly the bottom of this cycle, before Ethereum really starts to rally super hard. And this is the ETH-BTC pair, meaning that as ETH continues to go up, it's going to be outperforming Bitcoin the entire way up. And this is why I've been so bullish on Ethereum, is because I view Ethereum as really the most utility inside the cryptocurrency market, because you can build and issue smart contracts on Ethereum. And this is the coolest part, is because any type of cryptocurrency that you see in the top 100, about 80% of those rely upon Ethereum in some way, if not an even bigger margin than that. And so if you're bullish on crypto, you should be bullish on Ethereum, because Ethereum is honestly the way in which we create a lot of these cryptocurrencies that are out for us to trade. And so a lot of them are built on Ethereum. A lot of them rely upon Ethereum in some way, whether it's a cryptocurrency that they use on their blockchain that relies upon Ethereum, or whether it's that blockchain themselves that relies upon it. Either way, this is really one of the biggest catalysts for value inside of the cryptocurrency markets, and so we should want to see Ethereum perform well. And because Ethereum is following this chart so identically, it's very obvious to me that we're starting the next big leg up in this cycle, and we should be aware of that so that we can make the majority of our profit together by staying sane, ignoring the FUD, and focusing on the long term, because ultimately that's all that matters here. So anyways, guys, this is the video I had for you. I wanted to go through and give you guys my thoughts and perspectives with Bitcoin. I wanted to go in and take a look at Ethereum as well, share with you guys how the market cycle is looking and why I'm actually so bullish on this. You know, we're falling right back onto a major support level. There's no reason to be bearish at support, and that's really the biggest reason why I think that ETH-BTC is ultimately going to keep going up. You know, Bitcoin itself, whether we top out, Bitcoin itself, whether we top out here or go to 16K, ultimately I would expect a bigger correction after. And when that correction ensues, I do think that there's going to be a lot of value flooding into the altcoins because they've just been suppressed for so long. Bitcoin's really been rallying. It's taking the spotlight. When Bitcoin tops out, I expect that money to flood into the altcoins. And so we should be watching for those next, because the Bitcoin dominance is sitting right at a major resistance level. With Bitcoin dominance at resistance and with ETH-BTC falling onto support, expect this to reverse and expect a lot of money to be flooding into the altcoins. Anyways, as we wrap up this video, I want to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can sign up for the video course and signals for the people that want to. When you watch my analysis and you want to get the most updates, you want to know exactly what I'm doing with my portfolio, you guys should always remember to check out my signals and my VIP content that I offer. You know, I offer the signals as one of the packages inside of my group where you guys can copy my portfolio where 80% of my money is, and then your guys are also going to be able to copy along with every single one of the trades that I take over this next cycle. If you guys don't know what you're doing with your money and you really need some help, the best thing to do is follow somebody that knows what they're doing, and ultimately this is what you're going to find inside of my Discord. You're going to be able to copy every single one of those trades that I take, get access to my long-term portfolio so you can make the same profit with me, and then I've also got private VIP videos that I only share with the members inside of my signals. So if this is interesting to you guys, once again, links are provided for you in the description. You can sign up for my signals, or you can sign up for my video course, which is 20 educational videos that are going to teach you guys my exact strategies for profiting. You guys can purchase them together, or you can purchase them separate. If you guys can only pick one, I always recommend going with the signals, because ultimately that's how you're going to be able to copy my trades, copy my portfolio, and make the same gains with me. And so if this is interesting to you guys, make sure you guys sign up, click the links inside of the description. And one final thing, guys, if you guys don't want to sign up for any of my VIP content, I also have my free ebook, which is also linked inside the description. The ebook is 38 pages long. It's a perfect study guide that's going to help give you guys the ins and outs to cryptocurrency investing. It's a guide that I wish I would have had when it came to investing into these markets, and I'm just giving that to you guys for free today because ultimately I want to see you guys profit, and I know that this study guide is really going to help you. I've also got a 10-part quiz packed in there so you guys can go go through, learn all the contents of the ebook, and then quiz yourself at the end so you retain all of that information learned. Once again, links are provided for you in the description to sign up for my VIP or download my ebook. So once again, guys, check that out. And with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.